Today on CCX News, reaction to a major grocery store announcement this week. What retail experts think about Coborns moving into Plymouth. Coborns announced that it will open a store on the site of the former Prudential campus. As Delane Cleveland reports, the grocer based in St. Cloud has yet to establish a presence in the Twin Cities metro.
In Plymouth, a transformation is underway. The 80-acre site along Bass Lake Road in 494 that once housed the sprawling Prudential campus is slowly but surely being developed into a mixture of housing and retail.
For about 40 years, I've lived about half a mile from that development we're talking about.
George John is a marketing professor at the U of M, and he says this area is in need of a grocery store.
We're sort of a donut hole. We don't have one right here. So when they started demolishing the Prudential building, everybody was interested in knowing what was going to come in there.
They got their answer this week. The St. Cloud-based grocer Coborns announced they plan to build a 71,000 square foot grocery and liquor store in that area, which is now known as the Boulevard.
This is going to be interesting to see Coborns come into that box. Because it's not clear to me Coborns has an established identity in the Twin Cities.
When Hy-Vee entered the Twin Cities market in 2015, John said they were an established brand in Iowa. That familiarity generated a lot of excitement.
Coborns doesn't quite have that pre-existing image. I'm not saying it's bad, but they'll have to work.
Coborns does, however, have 27 stores throughout Minnesota. The closest ones to Plymouth are in Ramsey and Delano. John predicts that if the Plymouth site does well, we'll see more pop up in the metro.
I mean, it's such a big, untapped area for them. Now, whether it's smart or not, I'm not smart enough to tell. Time will tell, because contrary to what people may think, given all the high prices we face today, grocery retailing is a brutally competitive, almost unprofitable business.
It's a business that could be open by fall of next year. In Plymouth, Delane Cleveland, CCX News.
Plymouth city officials said they haven't received the formal site plan application from Coborns yet. Once they do, they'll determine whether the plan has to go to the City Council and the Planning Commission for approval. The area's planned Blue Line light rail project faces further scrutiny this fall. A key question is whether the cities along the route will give the project the green light. The Met Council, which oversees the project, is hosting open houses through early September in cities across the Blue Line corridor. CCX News attended one of those open houses in Crystal this week. It gives everyone a chance to give feedback on project plans ahead of a key vote called Municipal Consent. Despite the name, project officials say municipal consent doesn't give cities the authority to stop a light rail project from moving forward.
They get to weigh in on the physical design elements. That is where the tracks are located, the alignment, generally speaking, the station locations.
There are public hearings coming up in Robbinsdale on September 3rd and in Brooklyn Park on September 9th. Of the 25 million acres of farmland across Minnesota, less than 1% of it is owned by BIPOC farmers. I explain how a project with roots just outside of Plymouth is hoping to change that.
So this is our second Route 1 farm.
Every piece of land tells a story.
So I'm a fourth-generation farm kid myself. So
Marcus Carpenter's story stretches back generations on a different plot of land.
Our family farms in Arkansas, and I understand the value of, not just owning the land, but like the values that come from being out on the farm.
Here in Loretto, Carpenter is sowing a new narrative.
We believe that if we can increase the number of Black, brown, and indigenous farmers, we can increase the food that they're growing.
A lot of the produce growing here is culturally familiar to its farmers.
Cabbage.
Carpenter's company, Route 1, cleared the way to make this land available for a purpose.
If we're increasing the amount of good culturally relevant food they're growing, they'll distribute that to their communities, and then just the people in the communities will be eating better food. So we'll have increased health equity, we'll have increased economic development.
Beans.
That access is important because Carpenter says there are only 1,600 farmers of color in Minnesota. With Route 1, he wants to grow that number substantially.
Farming is really about connecting with the soil, connecting with earth, being able to provide for your family.
Yeah. Right now, Route 1 has renters, already beginning to create generational memories. One of those is Joyce Nyaro's family.
It's very important to have your own food. Like these vegetables, it's hard to get. Like now, I have some friends coming from out of the state, from Arizona.
Marcus says many of the families also make a small profit.
We mix this one with this one.
And it also connects families, like Nero's dad, who's visiting from Kenya.
What's your favorite thing to grow and the favorite thing to eat?
Everything we eat, we put it. Everything.
Yeah.
Route 1's mission looks to the future, from the field
So this is the freight farm.
to its freight farm.
Our collard greens.
Inside this trailer, they grow 200 pounds of fresh food every week, super fast.
This allows a farmer to not only have an outdoor farm, but also now have an indoor farm 365 days a year.
That food goes outside to restaurants, markets, and people in our community. And he hopes this mission plants a seed for generations to come.
It's the whole reason why this organization exists.
American Family Insurance is also helping fund Route 1's mission. An AmFam spokesperson says they're doing it to hopefully make a change at the local level.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You will also have access to a large on-demand library, including full sporting events and daily newscasts. To find us, go to the store, search CCX, and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. The CCX Media app, available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku. On Labor Day weekend, we will induct 4 new members into the CCX Sports Hall of Fame. One of our inductees from 2023 is now in his 5th season of playing professional baseball. He was one of the best all-around athletes to come out of Maple Grove High School. We welcome 2016 Crimson graduate Isaac Collins into the CCX Sports Hall of Fame. Collins started playing varsity baseball at Maple Grove in 8th grade. Just a couple of years removed from his first appearance on our channel as a member of the Osseo Maple Grove Storm baseball team that won the 11-year-old state title.
It was just really cool.
His older brother Roman, pictured here, was the first Collins standout at Maple Grove. Roman graduated in 2012, 4 years before Isaac, and also excelled in both baseball and football. He was drafted by the Kansas City Royals in 2015.
Having my older brother and seeing him, go through it with football, baseball, like I always had something to look forward to. And I really looked up to those older guys. And when it was just my chance, I just really, took advantage of it and had fun with it.
In addition to baseball, Isaac played 3 years of varsity football at Maple Grove, where he became one of the top running backs and defensive backs in school history.
Honestly, his best attribute was he was a versatile athlete for us, and he was a kid that we counted on for all aspects of the game, offense, defense, and special teams. He had the ability to put a foot in the ground and go. And then defensively, he had great instincts, and he could fly around and make plays.
In his senior year, Collins rushed for 1,800 yards and 22 touchdowns, both still in the top 3 for a single season in program history, as are his career totals for rushing yards, attempts, and touchdowns. He's 7th all-time in tackles, and was a big weapon on special teams as a return man. But baseball was Isaac's #1 sport. A 2-time all-section player, his senior year was remarkable. He hit .482 with the school's single-season record 5 triples and leading the Crimson to a section title.
Yeah, that was nice to get to the state tournament. I wanted to at least get to the state tournament once for baseball, and I ended up doing that my senior year. So
Collins was All-State and a Mr. Baseball finalist, and after high school played 3 seasons at Creighton University in Omaha. He was a first-team All-Big East player as a junior, helping the Blue Jays reach the College World Series.
it was really fun. I have some of my best friends that I've met are from college.
He then declared for the Major League Baseball draft and was selected in the 9th round by the Colorado Rockies. Now with the Milwaukee Brewers organization, Isaac's played in several cities and leagues through the years, including briefly earlier this season for Nashville, the Brewers Class AAA team who played a series in St. Paul, which is where we caught up with him, and where 2 of his high school coaches, Adam Spurl and Matt Lombardi, came to watch him play.
It was awesome. It means a lot. I told them, I was like, hey, I wouldn't be here without you guys. So they've helped me grow as a person, as a player, and I've been able to handle this whole, professional game because of them. Stick to the process. That's kind of the biggest thing. Once you get to this level, it's really easy to get caught up in batting average and hits and all that, but if you just do what you're supposed to do each and every day, eventually the game will reward you.
Isaac has the mental capacity to take baseball on, because baseball is a tough sport, just in knowing that you're only going to succeed 3 out of every 10 times, and he's consistent.
Wherever he is in the country, Isaac Collins says he still tracks his Maple Grove Crimson, takes a lot of pride in his time spent there.
Collins has played AAA ball all season in Nashville. He's hitting .259 with 12 home runs and 59 RBIs and 22 stolen bases. Again, the 2024 class is revealed in our 30-minute Hall of Fame special, airing beginning Saturday, August 31st, here on CCX.
Find more prep sports games and highlights at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.